shit. Am I recording? Shit, man. Didn't even press record. Don't piss me off. Guys, I tried to start this video recording about 2 times, but we're here now. I see Wreck in the corner. And if this goes off, I'm so sorry you're not getting a video. But hey guys, welcome back to the JÉVON room. For those of you that don't know me, I'm JÉVON. Today I'm here with Archie Versace, who some of you may know. He's behind the camera. He's gonna ask me a few questions. You wanna say hello?
Hi.
He's gonna ask me a few questions today to give you guys the opportunity to get to know me a bit more. So I just wanted to reintroduce you guys to the channel and what I'm trying to do with JÉVON as a brand in terms of building community. But yeah, it should be a fun little video. I don't really know the questions that this man's going to ask me either. So I am a bit afraid, but to be fair, I can just skip some or edit them out. So
no skips.
Always ahead of the curve. But yes, without further ado, let's get into the first question.
How would you describe your fashion sense, and do you think that how you dress affects your dating life?
I would describe it as fierce, cunt, and unapologetic. I think that a lot of the time, the way that I dress, I can jump from a very masculine look to a very feminine look. I think fierce in terms of, if I want to dress down and I want attention, or, you know, like I just want to look cute for the day and feel good, then I'm going to wear an outfit and I'm going to have like a lot of eyes on me and get compliments and whatever. But that's kind of like the goal. That's what I mean by in terms of fierce. In terms of unapologetic, I don't really allow other people to determine how I dress. It's not even really, I don't. I've never dated a man that's been like, oh, why are you wearing this? Or you should wear this. I don't really do that type of stuff. No man that I've dated, thankfully, has tried to control the way that I dress. And then in terms of cunt, yeah, I just think some of the outfits are just cunt. I'm a fashion designer at the end of the day. But yeah, in terms of affecting dating, I think so. In terms of it keeps men away from me that aren't confident. You can't really be with a bad bitch and you're kind of like on the fence, or you're feeling like, oh, I don't want people to look at me, because most of the time if someone's with me, people are gonna look at me. But that's why I date men where it's like, people are gonna look at you too, because you can dress and you're confident. So yeah, it kind of keeps non-confident men away from me, because it's like, you know how I'm coming, you know how I dress, you know how I carry myself, and you know that's gonna come with attention and, you know, eyes. So yeah, I guess it kind of just keeps foolishness away from me. Like, I don't really get the mask for mask babes coming to talk to me. Like, they know better. So, sorry, like, they know better. Like, don't be silly. Because I'ma still wear the crop top and I'ma still beat you up. So, if you talk shit, by the way, I'm not no Caroline Flack. I'm only joking. I'm only joking, guys. I don't beat men up. I don't beat men up.
Caroline Flack is not.
I don't beat men up because I don't want no. You know they always come for the black man when they make it a successful girl.
Right.
I ain't no Diddy girl. I'm even born the same day as Cassie. I'm on her side. August 26th, baby. Okay, I'm on her side.
Wait, we're the same age as Cassie.
Really, nigga?
No, the date, babe. August 26th.
Oh.
You see, the September Virgos are quite slow. So as I was saying, I had one DL guy reach out to me one time. He was like, he thinks that I would make him feel safe sexually, like if we were to do bits together, whatever, because a lot of the people that top him don't make him feel safe. They make him feel like just a disposable piece of garbage, clearly. Sure. But he had seen me on YouTube before, and he could tell apparently from the way that I speak and how I had spoken about sex in previous videos, he thinks I would make him feel safe. However, he then pointed out to me, he wouldn't feel like comfortable if I wore this top out with him, but he does really like and value the fact that I'm very much myself and I'm an openly gay black man. Now, the issue for me with that is that it's kind of seen as something that, it's kind of like a double-ended sword there, because it's kind of like you're complimenting me for being my authentic self and dressing how I want to and expressing my queerness through the way that I dress and act and move and whatever. But then at the same time, you're telling me that you wouldn't feel comfortable if I was to dress a certain way. It's like, it's not my job to make you feel comfortable. Right. It's my job to make myself feel comfortable and good about myself. Like, even him telling me that, it was like,
abso-fucking-lutely.
Are you crazy? Do you think I care?
And imagine that.
What you would be comfortable with me wearing or not? Like,
Who's got fucking time for that, bruv? Are you dumb?
let's be serious. But yeah, I think it just keeps foolishness away from me. Like, certain men are just not on my wavelength. Okay, you think I can make you feel safe, but what can you do for me, baby?
Get up.
Do you know do you know what I mean? Because I mean, I don't really struggle with anything in this life. That's if anything, with men, heating on in my house. Babe, if it's cold, I'm turning on the heating. Right? My mum will be like, oh, put on more clothes. Babe, you can put on more clothes. I'm turning on the heating. I'll pay the Eon bill when it comes through. Do you understand? So, yeah.
Period. Is dating black men easier or harder than dating other races?
I would say they're all hard because they're all men, firstly,
Okay.
right? So they all come with their own complexities. I think that the complexities just differ amongst the races and ethnicities. So, for example, the other month.
Oh
Scary.
Slipped up. Yeah.
The other month. I had an oontz day. Now, oontz day is where one white man takes you out for breakfast, usually between the hours of 9 to 12. Some little cafe or something cute. Might be the Breakfast Club elsewhere. Another white man takes you out for lunch. That's usually between the hours of 12 to 4. You know, the sun's still out, whatever. And then another white man takes you out for dinner in the evening, usually between the hours of 6 to 8. So you might want to do a bit of window shopping before you go there. You know, a cute little restaurant, skyscraper, usually you can see, you know, north, east, south, west. You know, a little duck and waffle or something like that. You know, the gherkin. You know, somewhere where it's in the sky, basically. You know, we don't do the lower level, baby. Not for a dinner. Like, you know what I mean? Breakfast and lunch, that's cute. But dinner, I better be seeing the whole of London. So yeah, I went on my oontz day and it was very, you know, because I thought, let me just try. You know, sometimes when you want to try something just to say I did, it's like jumping out of a plane in Dubai. I'm not really dying to jump out of a plane in Dubai, but I would like to say I did it. Just once in my life, like I did it.
Yeah.
I tried it, I experienced it, and I don't want to do it again. And yeah, I went on my oontz day and it was just very interesting because the men kept calling me king. Oh yes, king. What is that like, king? King. Like, my name is not Simba, right? I don't know if you've been watching The Lion King on repeat. I don't know if you've been watching Black Panther. You know,
T'Challa.
Rest in peace, T'Challa. You know, rest in peace, Chadwick. But yeah, they just kept calling me king, and I don't know what other black boys are kind of feeding to these white men. Clearly, you're making these white guys think that, you know, they need to be calling black boys king, and, you know, it's affirming or it's character building, or I don't know what it is. I don't know if you lot think it's reparations
To freedom!
for the slavery, for being in the field picking the cotton, but for me, it's giving self-sabotage, it's giving torture, it's giving self-hate. You know, why would I want a man to keep calling me king? A white man at that.
You done lost your damn mind.
I don't really understand. And the black boys, I mean, they come with their own complexities. There's usually a lot of, especially in this London, they have a lot of trauma. And usually external things like family dynamics, community, upbringing. And it's a bit hard because I think when you come from a family that fully embraces your sexuality and you never had an issue, it's very apparent to you when that trauma is present, more so than the average person. But in terms of you pointing it out and in terms of you being able to help them, even in terms of helping them with certain things, I feel like a lot of black boys that are gay, from my experience, I don't know if it's like just a thing in the air in like London and the UK, but a lot of black boys are very hyper independent because of that lack of understanding and isolation as they've been growing up and as a child. So they've kind of just learned to depend on themselves for everything and do everything themselves. And a lot of them do struggle, and it's like they're great people that like they could even be a great partner. That's the worst thing, which is the most annoying thing. It's like they have such great qualities about them, but unfortunately they're either not ready to address the trauma and the issues, or they don't know how to, or they're reluctant to get help, or they think that with time things will just change. You know, when they find the right person, things will just change without putting in the actual work. Yeah, whenever I've dated a black boy and there's been like an issue, it's usually external factors or external things, like I said, like trauma, family dynamics, etc. I think also as a black man that does have a family that fully embraces the sexuality from day one, I am able to offer like integration with my life in terms of like family and friends, and a lot of other black boys aren't, because obviously there is a thing in black culture right now, I would say, because again, this is a colonial mechanism, but right now there's a lot of homophobia in the black community and just in black culture in general. And yeah, that can just be hard in terms of like, it can sometimes feel one-sided if like someone's meeting your family and stuff and you're not really meeting theirs and spending time. They're coming on, you know, family holidays with you and stuff, and you've not had a meal with their mom, or you don't know their dad's name, but you've been together for like several years and stuff. That's usually something that a lot of black guys can relate to in my position, in terms of like, your family embraces you, you have to kind of be accepting of that. And it's kind of like, do I have to accept it? Because it doesn't work for me. That's just a difficulty for me. Because I think if I was dating a white man, more time I would be engaged, possibly even married by now. But there is also so much added benefit and value from being with a black man, as I have experienced. Cultural understanding and an understanding of black history, and appreciation for black history. And there's so much different, you know, similarities in terms of like, whether you're African, Jamaican, etc., we're all black. We're all one to me. But yeah, I think that's a massive, I'm kind of like waffling on, but that's a big...
I'm very passionate about this one.
But that is like that's an issue for me when dating black boys, like, because integration is so important to me. Like, I want to get married. I do want to hopefully have like a kid or two if I get to that point in life where I feel like I'm less selfish. And I would like to be like with a black man, I do think. But from my experience now, even me saying, would I like to be with a black man? No, I just feel like, I just want to be with the right man. I don't really care if you're black, you're Asian, you're Arab. Like, these days, especially from my experience dating black guys, I don't believe that love is meant to be like hard. It's not meant to be a struggle. I just want like an easy, happy, fulfilling life, and a man to just treat me the right way. Sometimes the black people, we kind of put ourselves in this box of like, I need to find a black guy. Right. And you could like be pushing away someone that isn't black, but actually they're just a great person. And they also can have an understanding and appreciation of your blackness. Because another point is that some of these black men that I've come across, unfortunately, I've dated white boys that are more in touch with black culture than some of them. Especially the corporate black boys. The private school babes and the lawyers and etc. And I went to private school myself, but luckily I went to state school before private school. Some people, you know, have went to private school throughout their whole education and have grown up in towns where, you know, they were the only black person, etc. And yeah, even like you have some black people that they make it and they kind of like, they get up the ladder and stuff, the corporate ladder, and then they kind of just kick it down and it's like, yeah, you monkeys, you gorillas, I don't know y'all. I ain't helping y'all. Yeah, I think that I'm kind of getting to a point where it's like, I don't really care for all that. Like, I'm not trying to struggle. Like, I'm about love. I'm going where the love is. If that's with a black man, love that for me. If it's with a white man, Indian man, Asian man, etc., I love that for me too. Like, I don't care. I think you have to be just open to love and receiving love, and then the right person should find you, whether they be black or not. So yeah.
Very passionate about this one. You might need a whole episode on it. I'd like to talk about
that one.
Let's move on.
Yeah. We can talk about the black boys all day.
Do you think you get to express your queerness and blackness in your corporate life?
I would say so, to a certain degree. I don't think that any black person really brings themselves to work every day, because I think that there are certain ways we have to behave that are different to our white peers and counterparts. You know, we can't get frustrated and display that. We can't get as annoyed with our work. We even have to think about the way that we manage mistreatment in the workplace differently to a white person. So I would say I bring my blackness to work in a way which is a bit diluted and a bit filtered sometimes, just not to, it's not even not to offend anyone or not but put any discomfort to anyone. It's kind of just like, I go to work, like, and outside of that, then I'm very much myself. But at work, I'm aware of my surroundings and the fact that people are viewing me under a particular lens, and I have to work 10 times as hard as the white people in my team and in my business. That's just how it is. In terms of my queerness, I would say I do bring it to work. I'm very much open with the fact that I'm a gay black man, because I think that differentiates me sometimes a lot from the competition. You've got to think about the fact that a lot of these companies have DEI goals and targets that they do publish in terms of reports that they share with different organizations and the public, and I kind of see it as a strength rather than a weakness, in terms of, if you want me, this is what I come with, this is who I am. If you see me as someone that can add value to your business and a valuable asset, and me being gay is what holds you back from recruiting me, do I even want to work there? I'm very aware of the fact that I want to work in spaces where I'm not tolerated, but I'm accepted for who I am. So I make it very clear that I'm a gay black man. And I've done that in many different ways, whether it's like when I was working for a certain European bank, I launched an internship for LGBTQ plus students because I'm a black gay man. And that was obviously very apparent that, like, okay, you're trying to give back to the same group that I identify with, basically. So yeah.
Do you think you're too masculine or too feminine sometimes?
No, I don't think I'm too much of anything. I think I'm just myself. I think that there have definitely been times in the past where I've question whether I am displaying my femininity more than I should, but now I'm very much less conscious of that, and I just kind of do what I want, really. Like, I very much live for me. Yeah, I've never really lived for other people, to be fair. Like, even in school, I would dress a certain way and boys would be like, why are you wearing that? Or that's colourful and da, 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 da. But that's just how I've always been. Like, I've always been myself. I've always had a certain naivety, I think, to me in that sense, in terms of like, I've just always been like, I'm just being myself, so I don't really understand what the problem is. But now it's more like, I'm being myself, so fuck you, like, I don't care. But growing up, I was definitely a bit like, should I do this a bit less, or should I wear this? But I guess that came with like accepting who I am and understanding who I am, because also growing up, I didn't really know, like, am I gay? Am I not? You know, I had to explore a bit and then found out that I'm very much a gay man. But yeah, no, I don't think I'm too masculine for them. I think that it's actually fun, like me diving into different parts of myself. And, you know, some songs I display more masculine side, some songs are more femme side. I think it's fun.
Would people describe you as introverted or extroverted?
I think people describe me as introverted if they don't know me.
Right.
Because usually if you don't know me, I'm operating from a place of, not fear, but I do have a bit of anxiety meeting new people. I like to make sure that someone is safe for me to reveal myself and be myself around before I'm my full self. There'll be people that like I'm great friends with now, but when they first met me, they was like, I thought you was a bit standoffish, or you didn't like me, and like all these things. And it'll be like more time in my head, like I'm trying not to sweat, like from like anxiety of like, oh my God, this person's coming up to me. Or they're talking to me and I'm like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm hyperventilating and I'm about to blow up. And they're just talking to me and I'm like, I have to respond, so I have to process what you're saying, but I'm trying not to sweat. And I need a fan, like I need to go outside or something, but you want to stand here and talk. And I'm trying to be respectful because I want to talk to you, like I want to get to know you and engage, but I'm about to sweat, babe, I'm about to break out. But for the people that know me, I would say very extroverted, like maybe too extroverted, they might say. Like I'm very... If you know Mark, JÉVON, then like, you know I'm a very extroverted person. But I feel like that's fine, because I feel like it's kind of like, if I am myself and very extroverted with you, you know that I feel safe. Because I don't do that with everybody. And I think that's also just protecting my peace a bit, in terms of like, I'm revealing myself once I know you're safe. I don't think that everyone should benefit from who I am as a person, because I think that I do add a lot of value to the people's lives that I'm in, because I'm a very present person. I'm someone that just really cares. And I think that in being that, I have to also be careful of who I give my energy and time to. So I'm very observant of people before I show that side of me. But once you get that side, it's done. There's no boundaries, there's no limits, there's no secrets. Like my friends know everything about like everything to a T. But we locked in, so it's no problem. So yeah.
Name your bottom 3 fashion brands.
Bottom 3?
Your bottom 3, yeah.
To be fair, this brand, I still buy from them. But their customer service is poor. They tried to ban me.
Oh.
This brand called Namilia, they tried to ban me from getting clothes from them, because I tried to send something back one time because it was too short. And they would talk to me about tariffs and all of this, and I was like, babe, run me my money. So they took back the item and told me I'm banned from ordering from them again.
Hey!
I send them the money for the clothes and tell them, right, order this, send it to my house. You're not stopping me. The clothes bang, but the service was a bit poor. Obviously Balenciaga, like I don't even know why people are still wearing Balenciaga.
Right.
After all that
just weird
child molestation shit and all that weird shit, like if you're still wearing Balenciaga, there's so much brands, like there's so much brands all over the world that's like, you wearing Balenciaga is mad to me, like.
And the hype died, I'm so sorry, like it's not even that anymore.
The hype being died, but outside of the hype, like, do you not have certain morals and ethics, like
it's never that deep.
It's never that deep, like.
And it's obvious that they're obviously just a bit fucked, like come on now.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know why you would still be rocking Balenciaga in 2025. Even in 2024, that should have been wrapped up quickly, expeditiously. What other brand?
I feel like you've named certain brands that you've thrown shade to.
Who?
In your music.
Who?
Don't wear.
Oh! I don't even consider them. I don't even consider them as a brand. That's the worst thing. I don't know what they are. I think there's some sort of scheme. That's a sweatshop. That is some sort of scheme. I'm telling you now, a man wearing Boohoo is like you wearing Lonsdale. Like, it's like, I'm just gonna assume you're homeless and you're jobless.
Oh, Jesus.
Why are you wearing Boohoo? If I see man on your t-shirt, Are you even a man? What's going on? Why are we wearing boohoo to the function, to the gym, to anywhere? Why are we wearing boohoo? Not only do they employ people in such poor conditions, but the quality of the clothing is poor.
If you wash it more than twice, if that.
If you wash it once, bitch, with proper washing detergent and not just water, the print is coming off, it's flaky. Don't piss me off. Why are we wearing boohoo? Boo! 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 No! Boo! Cut that out, man. Stop it. Let's move on, cause boohoo before I get...
so funny.
No.
Okay. Name your top 3 fashion brands.
JÉVON London.
Gang.
I really love this brand called I Wanna Bangkok. I just find that everything from there I kind of like love. I came across that brand in Tokyo, and ever since, cause that was like last year, July. Ever since, I've just been, they get my money every month. Like, it's a very queer heavy focused brand. So I think for those of you that like to express your queerness through what you wear, they will have something for you. Like, lastly, I would say, oh my God, I forgot his name. He's a black man. The brand is named after him. That's so bad. And he's fine. I'm not even trying to shoot my shot, but he's fine. He's black, he's American. He dresses a lot of the girls like a proper designer. Thank you.
Bingo.
See? Fine, black,
yeah,
proper designer.
right.
Laquan Smith, like, I love his stuff. And it just helps that he's a sight to look at. It's just like, the clothes, the man, that's the you see when I'm talking about king, that get me my black king.
What does JÉVON mean to you?
Rephrase that. What do you mean it means to me?
What does it mean to you? What do you hear? What do you feel? What do you see when you hear JÉVON?
It's a community that I'm trying to build where I empower queer people to be themselves, own their identity, and express their queerness through different forms of art, really. I think that everything that I do, JÉVON, is also very personal for me, simply because JÉVON first, like the first thing that I did when it comes to JÉVON is fashion. And I fell in love with fashion because of my mom, because she would make clothes for herself, and then she got breast cancer and started making clothes for herself because she had both of her breasts removed, and then was given new breasts and then had to make clothes to kind of fit her new body. But that empowered her and gave her a lot of confidence in her new body. From that, I kind of set out on a mission to do the same for queer people with the clothes that I've looked to create. And then recently, my mom again found out that she has cancer for the 3rd time. We don't really know what type it is or the treatment, but it's all in God's hands, and she'll beat it again because she knows what she has to do. We know what we have to do, and we just stay in positive spirits and we just get on with shit. That's how we are as people. And while she's here, again, everything is just everything with JÉVON is personal to me, because like, it's the way that I express myself, and it's the way that I try to make like a difference in the world in different ways. And I think that while she's here, and I know she's gonna be here for much longer and stuff, every single thing is a win for me. Like, whether it's me performing at Cambridge Pride, or I'm in Rolling Stone, or I've made this outfit for this artist and help them with this tour and whatever it is, every little thing that I do for me is a win. Like, and that's why I've been able to do so much in a short amount of time without, like, you know, having a whole team or being a celeb and having like funding or anything. I've never had funding or a grant for anything that I've done, any work. Like, the money I've put into JÉVON is from my 9 to 5, doing my corporate job and then trying to pour back into my creative stuff. But yeah, everything with JÉVON is just personal to me because like, she can see that. So, and my mom invested a lot of like time, a lot of money, a lot of love, a lot of care into, a lot of thought into raising me like as a young black boy, and then has like carried on to do that as a young black gay man once I came out to her and the rest of my family. So it's like trying to, not prove, but because I have nothing to prove, but it's a way for me to show her all you've invested into me is worth it, and it's just gonna continuously be worth it, and I'm going to continue reaching new heights because of all that you invested into me as a young black man. Like, my mum literally the strongest person I know. Like, I don't know anyone that's beat cancer like 2 times and 3 times. Like, the last time she had cancer, it was leukemia, which is cancer of the blood. Like, she went in a coma. They told me she's not gonna wake up, and they told me and my stepdad, you know, prepare for the worst. And she was out for like 4 weeks, and there was just no response. It was like she weren't there. But I just kept faith and stuff, and I kind of just said to God, I'm not ready to lose a parent like at this point. And I kind of had to have that conversation with God and just let him know this ain't the time. I've not got married yet. I don't have kids, like you've not met your grandkids yet. There's just so much things I want to do in my life that I know that I want my mom to be like present and there, and she needs to be. So yeah, I just prayed on it and stuff and was just there, and yeah, she's here. Like every day I wake up and I'm like, she's here, so I have to keep going at it even if I don't feel like it, or things are messing up, or things aren't going my way. Like she's here. I want to show to her that like everything you invested in me is going to allow me to do great things and impact other people's lives in a very positive way. But my main focus is doing that for queer people, for the community that I feel so grateful to be a part of. So yeah.
Wow, that's like cheering up.
This guy, he's
You never said that before. I've never heard you say that, so yeah, that's beautiful. Would you describe yourself as hypersexual?
No. I would not describe myself as hypersexual. I would describe myself as in touch with my sexuality. I'm very sex positive. I think that we're no different to heterosexual people. Like everyone has sex. I think that we're the same as like straight people. Like we all have sex. But I think that when it comes to gay people, because it's a stereotype that we just have sex and that's our personality, I think that a lot of queer people, even like a lot of queer creatives and creators, I feel as though they kind of stay away from talking about sex because they don't want to be labeled as like this sexual being or this hypersexual person. I talk about sex, I talk about trans rights, I talk about a bunch of stuff, and there's so much songs that I've not released where I like explore different topics and stuff like that. But I think even on the YouTube, it's very, very broad in terms of the topics that I've discussed to date. Sex it's important. It's important to talk about because it's what we all do. And I think that, especially when it comes to queer people, I think as though we're not really, when in school, I was never taught about how to have safe gay sex or taught anything about that. Like I was spoken to as though I'm a heterosexual person and I'm gonna have sex with women. So yeah, I do speak about sex in my songs. I think that also sex should be enjoyable. I think that it should be enjoyable for both sides. So I'm an advocate for tops and I'm an advocate for bottoms. Like sex should be enjoyable and safe for everyone involved. So yes, I talk about sex, but would I say I'm a hypersexual being? No, I'd say I'm just a normal human being that isn't afraid to talk about sex because we all have sex. I would hope that we will enjoy it because I enjoy sex. But I facilitate that enjoyment and that safety. And I think that we should be more open to having conversations about sex because it's not a taboo, like we all do it.
Yeah, okay. Do you think you do a good job of building community as a gay and black person?
In terms of building community, I think that I am doing quite a good job, especially as like a one-man sort of team at the moment. I think that a lot of queer people have told me directly and given me feedback that they feel very empowered when they wear my clothes, when they listen to my music. Even like with my music, I make sure that my lyricism is very much focused on my experience as a gay black man. And I'm trying to delve into like different parts of my experience as a gay black man as I go forward with my music. So not just like, sexual experiences, but obviously I will talk about my sexual experiences. But things outside of that in terms of like struggles, challenges, maintaining my power, maintaining my confidence, building solidarity with other sort of groups within the queer sphere. And yeah, I think I've done quite a good job at building community at the moment, especially speaking also about topics that are quite important that I don't really see a lot of queer people talking about, especially because there is a lack of queer people in media in general. I think when we was doing YouTube, even as like a group, we would speak about like mental health, common misconceptions from straight people, friends as like a gay black man, family dynamics, like just very different things. And I think that even just the views themselves can kind of see like it resonates with people. And we've always got feedback in terms of like going out to the club and someone being like, oh, I saw your video and that really helped me, or I really related to that. So I kind of want to keep that going as I go forward, whilst being a bit more vulnerable and a bit more open with my experiences, because I think you can't really build community without offering like knowledge and help and guidance. That's just kind of like building yourself up in a sense if you're not giving something to the community that you're talking about as such. So I'm very reluctant to use the word community unless I'm directly and very much focused on giving back to the community that I'm trying to build, which is what I am trying to do.
Last question. What's one word you would use to describe dating white men?
The word that I would use to describe dating white men is peculiar.
Oh, Lord of mercy.
I would say peculiar for multiple reasons, but I've outlined some of them in this video. Peculiar, a different experience. Yes.
And that is that.
But that concludes this episode, guys. You guys got to know a bit more about me, who JÉVON is as an individual, and also just a bit more about the brand in general and why it's so important to me and the community that I'm trying to build. I am going to be much more consistent with my content because life has been lifing, you know, mom having cancer, moving in this beautiful space. But I'm here to stay this time. And yes, I hope that you all are living in your own truth. And yeah, happy Pride Month, guys. But if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye.
I need a real nigga, bitch. I ain't fucking on a wet wipe. Real rich bitch, you know what I'm set like. Better handle it, you know what I get like. Or you ain't handle the bad bitch yet, right?